You know what? I don't want to look. Welcome. I don't want to look like I'm trying to get people to watch this because I'm really looking for just one person. One person. 10 years ago, in June, this one person that I never knew why he was in the hospital for. He was so smart, played guitar, smoked cigarettes. His friend reminded me of Clouseau, sat there smoking his pipe. He walks up to my mother and he starts telling my mother, pharmaceuticals, that's the problem. It's pharmaceuticals. It's pharmaceuticals. They're selling you drugs. And he was telling my mother all kinds. My mother turns around and says to me, who is this guy? No wonder they put him in here. I mean, he's got to be nuts. They put him in there because he was hanging out by pharmaceutical companies and apparently passing papers and downgrading these pharmaceutical companies. So they brought him to the hospital and told him he was crazy and locked him up for 6 months. Now, if you remember who you are, Rick, it was the Jewish General Hospital in Montreal, okay? And I believed you. I didn't know why I believed you. I know my mother didn't believe you, but I believed you, okay? 10 years ago, okay, I like to, I had an avatar 10 years ago in which I put onto one of my sites that I was on, and it was all about the falling angels. It was all about Hermes. It was all about Nibiru. It was all about Elenin. It was all about whatever the names were back then for the fallen angels and the planets. That's what I did 10 years ago, and I had no idea. I used to pick up a deck of cards and stare at it and stare at it, and I had no idea, but I knew there was something there. And I used to pick up this wheel and stare at it, and I'm still looking at it 10 years later. Daily, one chip at a time. I pick up a piece and I look. 31 next to 14, next to 9. 9 becomes 15. 13 can become 9 going this way can actually be 3109. And whatever I do with this, I'm going to find something. I'm not looking to say anything right now. You turn to the back of the card. They show you a bicycle in between two worlds, dividing it up with one ring. The same ring over here is like the hatchet in the deck of cards. You turn the card over, it's the only card that's perfect. This is the most perfect card. It shows 1 in the center, 1 in between. There's 1 in between everywhere. 8 is the perfect card. There's no more than a space of 1. And here's your big X in between these two sides. Below on this side, and below on this side, and below on this side. You see the black mark? It's below on this side. You see this? It's below on this side. It's above this side. This is the only card that reflects the same thing. How many worlds? 1 here and 1 here. There's 2. 4 is in the corners. 4 is in the inside. 4 and 4 is your 8. 5, okay? 5, can you come all the way down to the center? These have to be half-lives because when I fold the card, these fall in half. So do I count this as a whole 5? Do I count this as a whole 5? Do I count this as a whole 4? 5, 4, 5. The 9 card, by the way, the 9 card, which is not a combination of the 4 card, because when you take this 4 card and put it over the 5 card, all you end up is with a 5 card and 4 corners doubled. So you get 4 corners doubled by 2, 2, 4, and 1. 1, 2, and 4 says I'm bad. Raphael 72, the center of this one, says 1, O-N-E. N is the dividing division. E is the center of the card. O is the center of the card. O-N-E comes out of the center of the card, says 1. 1 equals to DC. Does that say that 1 divides everything? Let me take this to one other level before we let this go. We took the bait, we had a date, we had some fate, we took when we went through the gate, but we came home late, we came home with our late. Okay, we paid the rate, we had to wait. Our head was on the line, Tate in French. Payton, Payton, Payton. Now we had the wait, we had the rate, we had the mate, we had the late, we had the hate, we had the hate, we had the height, we had the gate, we had the fight to fate. We had the date, we had the bait, E-I-G-H-T. Every single one of them is 7 times 749. 7 times 749 and 2. 7 times 749 and 4. 7 times 749 and 6. 7 times 749 and 7. 7 times 749 and 8. 7 times 7 and 49 and alpha beta, 3. 7 times 7 and alpha creation, 1, 3, the AC energy. 7 times 7, bring me the light in 10. Pay 10, pay and fay, bring me the light. That's what the design of the pay and the fay is. Within the center, it comes out, bringing the light. Is there any other one? From the head, bring me it within the light. Bait is only a half, so it's one side. Turn these face to face, you create a whole center in the circle. Keystone XL. Creation of 5 and 3. How did I get? I was in 5 and 3 in my last video. I can't remember what it was, but I can't show this because I'm unfinished. Another thing I wanted to mention that is when we did 0 before in the last video, when I bring the big O next to the R in 0, okay, where is it? Where is it? All right, over here. Here's the R upside down. Next to O, it creates the 4. At the same time, 0, the 4, the cutout inside the area is 7. Because the Z finishes the line on the inside, I bring that line all the way until the end. This is an open, this is a closed. I close it. Inside of 0 equals C, 7, 0. 7, 3, 0. 730 creates 736, which is the gateway of creation. 730, 730. But this one is backwards. Okay? 0, 7, 3. Now the question is, this is half and half. What can I use? This is an open-sided C. Is that what it is? What do I do with this one? Do I make it into the 7? No, we can make this a dot. You see the way this is the one square over here, the partial square over here? I don't like to say anything of that. I'll use this one over here because it's closed, it's on the inside. I'll use this one on the inside. This was D, it is halfway. This is D, it is halfway. 7CD, 07CD, 15-7CD, 7 by 15 is 105 in the hand of God, 70 and 35 running through Arrowhead inside of Missouri. 70, 15 and 7 is 22, and 3 is 25, and 4 is 29. Within the birth of 2 worlds is 0. I'm just using up the area space that shows me the new letters that I can design from this. I have no choice. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares here. 4 squares create the letter C, DC, inside one letter. 1, 2, 3 squares, okay, plus a partial square creates the 7.5 square. Now you can look at it that way. You can understand that when you have 1 dividing the center, you have half and half. When you have 1 dividing the up and above, you have half below and half above, right? But when you divide half above and half below, you're dividing the area of the half of where you are presently. One of these squares cut in half leaves half a square. It leaves 1.5 squares to this side, 1.5 to that side. That's where we create the O, okay, counting for 1.5 areas together. Do you follow what I'm saying? When I put the 2 together, I end up with quarters. So 1 and 1 ends up with a quarter, 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 and your body in French says quarter. 1/4 of, 1/4 of, 1/4, 14, your DNA broken up. It's all about 0. 0 is 4. 4 is 360 degrees around. It is 360 degrees to the center. That owns 360 degrees around. 90, 90, 90, 90, or 135 degrees and 45. How can I show you this? 135 degrees. Let me try and show you this. 135 degrees. This is 135 degrees from half. Here's half, and this is 135 degrees. 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees. I work in arc-en-ciel. I work in the rainbow. The 7 colors, I work in the rainbow. Or 45 degrees, 45 degrees, 45 degrees. Anyways, there was something else that I wanted to mention, that inside this word 0 over here, can you see the 3 effect? Can you see the 3 effect? 55, 50, 50, 0, 50, 50. Same thing, 0. Raphael, 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Time to get out of the house. Did I get all that in? Not happy with the video. Here, there was one more little piece. J, K, L. J, kill. J kills. J kills, Il O'Neill. kill from nothing. I kill from nothing. The island of the island. The passage between the two islands. Shakil, Shaka, Shak, shake. Shaking of the two islands. Vibration. It's all a little bit of a code. The last thing I wanted to bring, since it's so small, this video, is this. 1776, 776, 5157, 2014, 2015, 21, 35, 66, 75, 57, 75, the Hebrew calendar. And on this wheel on the board, if you look it up right now, it'll say the orphan children, orphan, the fives. Or is gold, the golden five, the one who fills the hole, who makes everything roll. Now, is it all about gold? I don't know. I would have to go and look at Stitchin, Zachariah Stitchin. I've never read a book. I've only looked back at material. I've never read a book, and I don't read, and I should go and read. I should absolutely go and read. But if you read something and you find something you want me to look at, I'll take a look at it. It's a whole lot easier. And if you're going to say anything in my videos and you want me to go take a look, please put the time. Please put the time down. Make it a whole lot easier for me. Thank you very much. And I'm very happy with the participation. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.